Hi everyone, I hope you had an absolutely wonderful Christmas. It's so lovely to be talking to you. We have had an absolutely amazing time. It's been so much fun, so much excitement as well. But I hope you guys have had a really lovely time, whatever it is that you've been up to. This video is all about my best of the year, so forget the worst. This is just purely me attempting to go through all of my best products of 2016 and picking out the best of the best. It's actually been really hard, a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. Some months I might have cheated a little bit and I've picked more than one product. Some months were just completely amazing months with lots of lovely things to talk about, so I think it's kind of evened itself out. I've just counted, I think I've actually got 13 products. So less chat, let's get on with this and fly through everything. The first thing I want to talk about is from my first favourites video back in April, and that is the Soap & Glory Brow Pen and Pencil. Sadly, I don't actually have one with me right now because it ran out and has been since thrown away, and I'm trying lots of other brow products at the moment. But the reason why I chose this product out of all of the ones that I did that month is because it's such good value. It's about half the price of most other kind of higher end brow products. Not only are you getting a retractable, fairly decent kind of brow crayon where you can lay down some colour really quickly, but you're also getting a really nice thin kind of felt tip pen which you can then add some extra detail on, really handy for doing the wing part of the eyebrows. So I really loved that product, and the only reason why I didn't buy another one is because I had lots of other things to experiment with. But I would definitely get that one again because not only are you getting two products for the price of one, but it's so much cheaper than a lot of the other products on the market as well. The next products I've got to talk about, so this is where I have picked two products in 1 month just purely because it was one of those months. But I've got this very empty looking Nail Envy from OPI. This stuff is amazing. I use it as a base under anything I put on. Either I use it on its own or I'll put a colour on top of it, and it's absolutely fantastic and it makes my nails so strong. I really notice when I haven't used this, if I have a break from it for whatever reason, whether it's because it's run out and I haven't repurchased it yet. I've tried other things that claim to be kind of within this territory of care for your nails, and honestly I've not found anything as good as this. So I really love the OPI Nail Envy range, and the fact that they do quite a few different products within the range now. There's one for kind of brittle nails and one for nails that peel. So whatever kind of issue you're having with your nails, there's going to be one of these to look after you. So I definitely need to repurchase this because it's getting very low, so absolutely love this. Next up, I have this foundation brush from Zoeva, and it's their 104 Buffer brush, and it desperately needs a clean. But even though it needs a clean, it still feels really soft and buffy gorgeous. I keep thinking I should do an updated video review on this because I've had it quite some time now, and I've only done a first impressions review of it so far, but it's absolutely beautiful. It just blends foundation so nicely, and what I was looking for is a foundation brush where I could literally just kind of go, maybe not quite as quick as that, but it comes pretty close. So being able to apply makeup really quickly in the morning is a big plus for me. I don't tend to have a huge amount of time. This foundation brush is fantastic. I'm actually considering buying another one just so that when this one is drying I'm not without one. And I'm currently eyeing up the rose gold version. It's so pretty. So absolutely love this brush. If you're in the market for a foundation brush, I don't think you can really go too far wrong with this because they're so cheap as well. They're really affordable brushes, but they're fantastic quality, and I've had absolutely no shedding on this either. It washes really nicely. I think it looks really nice too, and it's even survived my toddler grabbing it and bashing it on things. Yeah. So next on my best of the year, I have this teeny tiny tube of the Balm's Put a Lid on It, which is an eye primer. Now this was featured in my June Best and Worst of Beauty, and I am still using it. It has not run out. There's only 3.7ml in here, so it's a really tiny tube. I wanted to try this because I felt like it got raved about a fair bit in the beauty community, and I saw this on eBay, so I snatched it up. And I'm so pleased I got it. I bought the backup for this, the full size, ages ago, and I've not even opened it yet. I can't believe this is still going from June. And I use this pretty much every day because every day I'm putting something on my lids. There's maybe been a couple of days where I've not used it, either a no makeup day. Actually, yeah, there was about a week of me perhaps not using it because I had an eye infection. But I've been using it pretty much consistently, and that's how impressive this stuff is. It lasts and lasts and lasts. I know the full size stuff is fairly expensive. It's knocking around sort of £15–20, but when I do actually eventually open it, how long is it going to last me? It's going to last forever. I'm actually not probably ever going to need another eye primer again, which is exciting because that's obviously very affordable, but also it's a really good one as well. I don't get any creasing, and I suffer really bad with eyeshadows creasing on me. So I'm so glad I took a punt on this one, and the fact that this little diddy tiny sample is still going strong. So cannot recommend this one enough. Next up, we had a month where I had to pick two things again, because I did try and think like, right, what could I not live without on this list? And some months I just couldn't choose. It would be like choosing between children or something. So the first product I've got to mention is this lip balm from Nuxe, and it's their Reve Miel. Yes, I know. This gets talked about a lot in the beauty community. Some people really hate this, and I was one of them when I first got it. I got it because of the hype. I tried it and I was like, what? This is some kind of thick, horrible, what is it? But, oh my goodness, I don't think I could live without this now. It's lasted forever, and I bought a backup for this ages ago. And yeah, I'm not going to be needing it anytime soon. And I do use this quite a lot. It's doing well. You only get 15 grams in here, and it is on the pricier end of the scale. But when I like to use this, I put it on last thing at night before I go to bed, so it really moisturises my lips overnight because it is very thick. And I also like to put it on my face whilst I'm getting ready in the morning as well. Not on my face, that would be sticky hell. But you know what I mean? I like to put it on my lips whilst I'm getting ready in the morning, just so again, they're getting really nicely moisturised for whatever thing I'm going to put on them afterwards. This is also really nice to double up with things as well, so I'll put a thin layer of this on, and then I'll maybe put something else over the top of it, a different texture, something a bit thinner maybe, and it just makes the thinner thing feel like it lasts a lot longer. And the smell, it's another one that's orangey. It's more of a bitter, kind of medicinal orange scent, kind of like orange peel. Oh, so nice. Such a lovely product. And it's going to last a really long time. And if you haven't got that sense from me already, I do like a product that lasts a really long time. So next on my indecisive month, I have got this perfume from Jo Malone, and it's their English Pear and Freesia. And there's like the tiniest little bit left. It's not really one that I wear this time of year. It's definitely a bit more spring summery, but it's so pretty. I just want to go to somewhere that stocks a load of Jo Malone and just go and smell everything, because I love the fact that you can mix and match stuff and make up your own kind of signature scent. It is expensive though, hence why I'm still clinging on to this sample, because I love the Pear and Freesia. I think it's beautiful. And don't get me wrong, if someone gave me a bottle, I would be super happy and very grateful, but it's not quite to the point where I want to go out and splurge myself, because perfume is so complicated. I really just want to experiment and try a few more things first before I go out and get this. But oh, it is absolutely gorgeous. Such a fruity but clean, not too heady, fresh, pretty floral scent. It's absolutely gorgeous. So love this, and I think this was one of the first Jo Malone scents that I tried as well, so really happy I tried it. Next we had another busy month, and a month where I couldn't choose just one thing. It was around the time of my birthday, so I had a lot of stuff that I was getting and getting excited about as well. So the first thing I want to mention is my go-to daily palette, although I'm not wearing it today because I thought I would try something a bit different, and then this is what happens. Semi kind of disaster territory, but most other days and in most other videos that you would have seen of mine, I would have been wearing eyeshadow from this Tarte palette, and it's their Energy Noir palette. Not only is it a beautiful palette to look at, I think the packaging is gorgeous. It's got a nice weight to it, so it feels quite luxurious. But then what you get inside, I just love all of those colours. You can see which ones probably get a bit more action than the others. Tarte powders are so well pigmented, you don't actually need that much. This is probably going to last me quite some time. The blush I think is absolutely beautiful. It's a really nice everyday pink, which is hopefully showing up. The matte shadows that are in here, the ones that I tend to wear most days, is I'll always start with this as a base, and then it will be either this purple here, this sort of light matte purple, or more particularly this kind of like fawny grey colour, which I just think is absolutely beautiful. And then if I'm feeling a little bit more daring, I might use one of the darker colours as a liner, or one of the more shimmery ones to add a little bit more definition to the eye area. But I totally love this palette. I quite often see it popping up on eBay, and I'm just surprised people don't want to hang on to it, because not only does it look really pretty, it's just so gorgeous, and the highlighter is really nice as well. I'll just swatch the highlighter. It's a really pretty kind of champagne-y highlighter. I know that if I need to go somewhere where I need to take makeup with me, I just grab this, because this has me covered in most respects in terms of colour on my face, and it transports really nicely as well because it's good solid packaging. The only thing I wish is that they actually had the names of the colours underneath. It came on one of those cellophane things, which was just frankly irritating. It is somewhere, but it got annoying taking it in and out all the time. Yeah, absolutely beautiful palettes. And then obviously what complements doing your eyes is having some good brushes to do it. So this was the other thing that I couldn't decide between. Apologies, they are a little bit dirty. They do need to be washed. This is the Zoeva on Taupe brush set, which I've done a review on. I absolutely love these brushes. Pretty much most of them get daily action now. The only two that really don't get a huge amount of action is the wing liner brush, because I don't tend to use liner every day, but it's a lovely brush, and the brow line brush, because I tend not to use powder products. I prefer the speed and precision of like a pencil. But these four pretty much get daily action, as you can probably see, because they are a bit mucky. I just find with Zoeva brushes, they're affordable, they're really good quality. I've not experienced any shedding with any of them at all. And I think they look really nice as well. I think they look more expensive than they actually are. She says as she's trying to juggle them. I just think they're really good quality brushes. So if you're after, whether it be like an individual specific brush or a brush set, then definitely check out Zoeva, because they are lovely and affordable, which is quite a rare combination these days. Next, we have another month where I was being very indecisive, but you'll completely understand why when I show you what I want to talk about. The first thing is my new Holy Grail. In fact, this is my only ever has been Holy Grail foundation from Loreal. I have not just this new one ready to crack open, but I have another new one as well, because they run 3 for 2. So I got 2 and mascara. But it's the L'Oreal Infallible Matte Foundation, which I feel like I've mentioned an absolute ton. I've mentioned it in pretty much every foundation video I've done since doing this, because this is the one to beat currently. I wear mine in the shade Vanilla, which is the second to lightest, and it is slightly too dark for me at the moment, but they didn't have the lighter one in stock, unfortunately. I absolutely love this foundation. It just gives me the perfect finish. Not only does it blend really nicely, but it does dry down to a really nice matte finish that isn't really obviously matte looking. And as the day goes on and your natural oils just start to come through a little bit, it doesn't get to the point where you need to blot, but you just look like it's kind of normal skin. It's not ever really accentuated dry patches too much either, which is a big plus. And this stuff is so affordable. I think it's like $7.99 or something. So absolutely love this foundation. Like I said, it is the one to beat. It just gives me the smooth, gorgeous finish that I want. It's got a really good level of coverage as well, so it tends to obliterate most things, and it is very long wearing, so it can be quite tricky to remove. So you do need to make sure that you really do a really good double cleanse to make sure every last scrap of it is off. But love this foundation. Everything I have tried in and around using this just doesn't compare. Just doesn't compare, and I've tried some pretty pricey foundations. So what better thing to complement my Holy Grail foundation than a Holy Grail moisturiser? And yes, there was a splurge a little while ago. I tried, I think it was about 4 samples of the Emma Hardie Protect and Prime moisturiser, and it got to the point where I was like, okay, I'm not going to be able to get any more samples, but I can't not have this in my life. This moisturiser is amazing. If you have oily skin, I don't need a primer. I don't need a separate primer when I use this. I don't know what kind of magic is in here, and unfortunately it's one of these ones where you can't actually see how much is left. But I mean, how pretty is this packaging? It's so gorgeous. It is quite expensive, but because you don't need a primer, that obviously helps massively. You do get 50ml in here as well, and I find it's one of these products where one pump isn't quite enough. It's frustrating. I just need that little tiny bit more. There's 30 SPF in here as well, so it really is looking after your skin. And it says that it gives a soft, focused, luminous complexion, which I would definitely agree with. I've noticed a massive difference in my foundation application since using this. These two babies complement each other so much. So if you have oily skin, mine is really quite oily skin, and you've got stuff that you need to cover up, this is a lovely combo. Okay, so this is on the cheaper end of the scale and this isn't, but when you put them together, it's actually not a bad price for having a really nice, pretty much flawless face that feels comfortable and is just absolutely glorious. So I cannot recommend this moisturiser enough. It's just such a wonderful product to use, and it's honestly the best moisturiser I have ever put on my face, and there have been quite a few. Okay, so now we're getting down to it, the last couple of months, and this was a fairly easy one to decide on this month, even though there are a couple of other products where I was like, no, actually, oh, what do I do? But in the end, I thought there's no way I can live without this product in my life. It's the NARS Translucent Crystal Setting Powder. We just need a moment, because this stuff is amazing. So again, these three together, this is my Holy Grail face combo. Absolute magic when these three things come together. They're nice individually, but magic all together. I've had this a little while. When did this feature? This was in my October Best and Worst of Beauty, and I'd already had it a couple of months before I mentioned it. And you can see that there's a bit under half in there, so we're getting through it, but this does get used every single day. And it's absolutely gorgeous. It's the kind of setting powder that you put on and it just makes everything feel finished and ready and perfect. And your skin just feels so soft and wonderful. Even though technically you don't really need to use a setting powder with this foundation, because it does give you like a matte powder finish almost, this just takes it to that next level of amazing. Because it is slightly light reflecting, it does give you that something on your face that just makes you look glowy, gorgeous, amazing. I absolutely love this. I use it to set my under eyes. It doesn't cake at all. You don't need very much. Again, continuing with the affordability trend. I think this is fantastic value. I have never tried a powder, whether it be loose or set or whatever, that is as good as this. It's absolutely fantastic. So again, if you have oily skin and you really struggle with it, try this, because in combination with those products, I don't have to blot all day, which to me is a huge, huge plus. I've just got 2 products to talk about, and they're both from the same brand, so I may as well talk about them together. And it's thank you to Latest in Beauty for introducing me to the brand, because I'd never heard of it before. But it is Urban Vida. I've got one of their toners here, and I've got their Daily Purifying Wash, which I mentioned in my most recent Best and Worst of Beauty for December. There is so going to be some kind of haul happening for this brand at some point. I need to go on their website and have a look, see what else they do. Not only is the packaging, I think, really nice, and it looks kind of natural and, I don't know, just really nice. It's beautiful stuff. The toners that I've tried, I've got the rose one, and this is the sandalwood one. They smell amazing. They are quite strongly perfumed, but it's not to the point where it's really bad. But they're just beautiful toners, and I am really fussy when it comes to toners. I interchange using both of them. Neither of them have actually run out yet, so that's good. This one particularly I really like because it's got a lovely, quite spicy, warming scent, which I actually really love the scent of this. And it's not a scent you often find within skincare, so I've been really enjoying using this, not just because of how well it performs as a toner itself, but the fact that it just smells really lovely too, so I will definitely be checking out more from the Urban Vida brand. And then moving on to the cleanser, I won't go into huge amounts of detail because I feel like I have only just talked about this. This is like the deluxe sample size that I recently got from Latest in Beauty. There was 20ml in here, but it lasted a really long time. It's got wild mint in it, so it's really nice to use to freshen up your face at the end of the day if you're feeling a bit tired, or wake you up in the morning if you're also feeling a bit tired. But it's a nice, thick gel cleanser that doesn't foam massively, but it just feels really nice to use. And it does say that it's targeted for people with oily skin, but I can't say I've noticed that much magic in terms of it being for oily skin, but it's actually just such a really lovely cleanser anyway. So love the brand. I will definitely be investing in some more soon. So that's it for my best products of 2016. I hope you enjoyed this video. I did kind of fly through everything pretty quickly because there was a lot to talk about, but if you want to find out a bit more about any of these products, I'll pop a link down below to my Best and Worst of Beauty playlist, because I will obviously be talking about each of these products in a lot more detail. So here's to rolling on to 2017, which will be here very soon now, just in a couple of days, and finding out what best and worst products there will be in the new year. It's so exciting. I can't wait for what beauty stuff is to come and what wonderful discoveries I'll make, because I feel like I've made some really fantastic discoveries, and I have a really good selection of lockdown holy grail products, which I didn't honestly think was going to happen because I feel like I have very troublesome skin. So I am so happy. Let me know down below what products you've discovered this year, what things you've found that you've loved and you consider maybe to be your holy grail products, or if you've tried some things that maybe you've not got on with so well and you've been disappointed by. Let me know in the comments and we'll have a bit of a chat about what things that you've tried. Anyway, I hope you guys are all really well and enjoying the festive season, and I will see you again soon. Bye!